Hey, it's Ice Age TV, and what are we doing now? Oh my goodness gracious. So here I am in the F-150 race truck. If you know what that is, right? This thing is just so much fun. To the point, I really want to take it down to Tennessee and have some fun. But here's the dilemma. I want to trailer my motorcycles down and back, but I can't get a fracking brake controller. So this trailer, see that little vent right there above that knob? That should be a brake controller for the electronic brakes. This truck has a tow package. The tow package, but they didn't put electric trailer thing on it, which that's something new, really. Even though anyways, I started thinking I could rip one out of my Maverick. I don't want to do that. I don't want to start taking things apart. You have to have the FORScan. Yeah, see, here's the thing. I've already done my research. If I could get an electric brake controller from this, I can put it in, but they have to have the FORScan download to go into the computer and do this and do that. So I've done a lot of research. Here's the challenge. I'm out of time. And then here's the other challenge. Ford is back ordered on these electric brake controllers. So, so for me, I'm leaving tomorrow to go to Tennessee. And what do I do? Or I just ordered the brake controller set up for my Bronco, the Raptor, which I could probably take that, which, I could, but I got to set that all up. So, dilemmas, right? Or I could take the Ram 3500, which that's a great tow vehicle, and just use that. But I kind of like to take this down to Tennessee. I don't know. I mean, even me saying that, this thing really does the jar into your body. I mean, you've been riding around this truck after a while. So anyways, here's the thing. So I've already made a bunch of phone calls to different Ford dealers all around my area to find a brake controller for this truck. They're not available. They're back ordered. The closest one is Massachusetts, Michigan, Georgia. And I'm leaving tomorrow. So anyways, hear that damn blinker. I mean, I hear it, blinker about driving nuts. These roads, it's incredible up here. And already the roads are just jam beyond jam. So what the heck am I doing, right? But anyways, so now I can think to myself, years ago, I used to do my own brake controllers. I mean, I used to put in my own brake controllers on all my trucks. But with all the technology today, these trucks, good luck getting underneath your dash and start spicing things. And here's the other thing. There are brake controllers that are plug and play that you can put in your truck. But for 2022, there's no brake controller at the moment for the Ford female plug. For you to have a male plug to plug into it for the 2022. See, 2022 they changed out the vehicle, unbeknownst to a lot of people, even myself. So with that being said, you're kind of in a dead end on a brake controller that's kind of universal. So I made some more phone calls, and actually I called my favorite dealer, Trailer Enterprises, up there in Hagerstown, Maryland, and I asked for the guy that really knows the brake trailer controls. And so I got a hold of one of their key guys there, and I started telling him what's going on. And so he's like, yeah, right. And then he's the one who kind of informed me on how the universal brake controller for 2022, there's no plug and play for the controller yet. But if you had a 2021, they do have a plug and play capability, which makes it really a lot easier to do all this. So then he goes, well, let me get you the Bluetooth unit. I'm like, Bluetooth unit? What are you talking about? And he's like, you can put a Bluetooth brake controller in the back of the where you plug in your 7-pin wire into your trailer. I'm like, wait a second. You're telling me there's like an adapter that plugs into the 7-pin wire in the back of the truck that you then plug your 7-pin trailer wire into, and it turns it into a brake controller? He's like, yep. And you download on an app the manufacturer's app that lets you control the energy, what setting you want, the inertia, setting for the trailer. And I'm like, wow. So this is a total eye-opener. This is kind of like, this is pretty cool. So then I said, well, you got one? He's like, well, we usually stock one, but no, I got to order it for you, but I'll be here tomorrow. Meanwhile, it's like, we just did a 2022 Ford truck, the exact same dilemma. It's like, we couldn't get the Ford factory accessory for the electric brake controller that goes right there in the dash. We couldn't get it because they're back ordered. Right. And so then he's like, then we looked to get the regular old brake controller, but we couldn't make that work either because there's no wiring harness yet to plug into the main plug in the Ford's 2022 truck. It's incredible how just from 2021 to 2022, the trucks have already been redesigned in so many ways, not just the exterior body shell, but the interior and electronics. Wow. So he goes, hey, look, you should get the Bluetooth controller. And then I was kind of like, yeah, I don't know, man, that thing really works. I mean, what if you lose connection? He's like, well, apparently what they say is once you've set the energy level and that you're towing your trailer, then even if you lose connection, it stays programmed in the controller of, you know, what level you have your trailer. So I was like, wow, that is awesome. I'm like, you know what? When can you have it? He's like, 10 a.m. tomorrow, probably. I'm like, cool, get it. Well, here's the downside. I'm leaving tomorrow, and I've got close to a 500-mile day tomorrow to drive. And then on top of that, he's close to a 100-mile round trip. For me to go to the dealer tomorrow, because he doesn't have it today, that'll be close to a 100-mile round trip for me just to drive, just to go to him, just to come back in, then just to drive another 500 miles, which I'd rather not do tomorrow. That's just too much driving around. So then I got to thinking, there's got to be somebody. So I told him, go ahead and get it. And so then I got thinking, there's got to be somebody local, and I got to do more research on this. So I went to the Curt trailer website, eTrailer.com is where you can find this. And it's a Curt manufactured trailer brake controller. And they've been around for a long time. There's a whole video of a guy showing and telling you everything I'm telling you. And oh my gosh, so it's very universal to the point, if this is that good, I don't even know if I'll put that brake controller now on my Ford Bronco. I mean, that's a project, plus it's money. I could take back the brake controller to my selling Ford dealer and get a credit back to compensate. This thing here is like $270. Well, I went to Advanced Auto Parts, and they had a sale on it where I paid $230. Yeah, so I just saved myself like 30, like 40 bucks by going to Advanced Auto Parts. Even the trailer dealer up north, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he charged me $270. That's his suggested retail. And I'm even blown away that the Advanced Auto Parts, not too far from me, has it. So, but here's the thing. It's a universal thing that any truck, so here's the key. You need to have factory installed tow package for this to be an easy plug and play. Meaning, this truck here has a factory tow package with the 7-pin already wired up, but it just doesn't have the brake controller to control electric brakes on a trailer. But it has all the wiring hookup to hook into a 7-pin, and all the lights will work. So that's what they're saying is, if you got a factory tow package but no electric brake controller, this is a plug and play. If you don't have a factory trailer tow, then it gets a little more complicated. Then you're going to have to do the old conventional, snipping wires and pulling wires to get your 7 plug all the way in the back. But anyways, this is just something really new and something I didn't even know existed, which you got to wonder, because for me, here I've been trying to figure out how to get an electric brake controller in this truck, and the downside is, if I get one, I got to take the truck to dealer and basically have them put it in, because they need to download into the truck the activation of this brake controller. And unless you buy the Forescan software to interface the truck, which I could, but it's just more money, another task. For how many times I'm going to use that, I don't know. But anyways, so that would just make it that much more, of a project. So my dilemma was, okay, even if I find the brake controller without me finding my favorite Ford dealer to kind of go out of their way to take care of me, then they're going to be, it ain't going to happen. So this is pretty cool. I mean, this is to me, this is really cool, right, Ron? This looks like the local policeman. Oh, that's there, the chief. So this looks like this is the fire department guy here. You look at my hand, right? Yeah, the days just get so short, so fast now. Just incredible. Because we're on the short days, you know. This truck, this truck is just so much fun. Yes, it's a blast. But I'm very skeptical. I think truck and trailer up. I really think that I'll be amazed if this truck doesn't squat too much. I'll just be amazed. But that's right, I got the reverse hitch. I can outsmart it. But at the same time, I don't know. This is going to be very interesting to see how this all plays out. Yeah, even for me, I'm just like thinking, I don't know. This really plays out, but this thing's bouncy. So do I really want to take this thing on a long road trip? I don't know. I get mixed feelings on this. But you know what? It's pretty cool. This electric brake control I think is a great investment because I can use it on this truck or my Bronco. And at the end of the day, it's like $100 less than the Ford one that I had for the Bronco. So follow me along as I go to this Advanced Auto Parts and pick this thing up. And then what I'm going to do once I get it, I'm going to, put it on my truck and get back home and hook up my trailer. And I'm going to see, I'm sure it works. It's not, I even asked the guy that does this stuff every day, and he's like, yeah, man, it works. Here comes a big old... Is this guy going to wait for me? Is he going to wait? Or is he going to be a jerk and pull right out in front of me? These guys are aggressive, man. It's a lot of material going down the road. You find that. So these are really fun back roads. Up here on the cold day, it's a whopping 46 degrees. Doesn't feel like it. It's cold. This thing's in sport mode. It is just so much fun. Wow. You're having fun yet, right? All right. Thank you, Advanced Auto Parts. I got it. Look at this here. This is so cool. Here it is. And the guy that works there at this Advanced Auto Parts, he used to run a U-Haul dealership. And he's like, oh, these things are awesome. He says they're selling a ton of these. As the word gets out, this is huge. So I'm going to watch my video. I hope my experience can help you. And he's just saying, oh man, they work. It's well worth the money to get it, and it's so universal. So this is really exciting. This has changed everything now for me to have my options, and I just have been like demotivated to do a whole nother install on that Bronco, that brake controller. And so I just have been like, damn, I just don't really want to. So this is the thing, and this thing, even though part of me is like, it's nice to have that electronic brake controller in the car. That is nice to have, but at the same time, for what and for why? And this may be $100 savings, and it can go from truck to truck to truck. Oh my goodness gracious, all the adventures. But I'm curious about just everywhere we go, right? It's like, what's unusual about that, Iceman? So here's a guy here is a little confused, but we'll help him out, right? So anyways, pretty cool. It's just incredible technology, but it's such a no-brainer. It's just energy that you're letting be put through the brake. Monitoring the brake energy being sent to the trailer. That's all that's happening. That's all a brake controller does. Does it give the electric brakes more energy or less energy? And that's what's controlled through that back plug. And if somebody figured out, it's like, well, it's a no-brainer. All you do is set up a Bluetooth technology where you set the setting on the brake. It has nothing to do with your brake and your truck. It has more to do with what setting, I should say. It has more to do with what energy level of that brake controller lets go to the back of the trailer. Yeah, so I mean, it's so, yeah, I mean, in all reality, if you always had a heavy, if you're always towing heavy and you need your brake controller to be at the 10 optimal energy, you could borderline to, set something up would be permanent 10. Well, look at this here. This is crazy. This is just time of day where people crash like I'm gonna do, right? Anyways, really neat. Great. Another person figured something out. Whoever figured out that, it's just so much infinite. To me, it's just infinite on ideas in the world we live in. Of figuring something out that makes something bigger and better, hopefully. All right, I want to get back in. We're gonna hook her up. But what I'm really more focused on is, I just think it's gonna squat this truck. But these springs are so stiff, though. Probably kidding myself. These things are like having F450 dually springs in the back of my freaking truck. One guy, Rob, a good point. He should have bagged it. Oh, that would have been badass. I mean, I still could, but bagging this thing, that would have been pretty cool. But, it's all about the money. It's always about money. So, yeah, if you got an open checkbook, you can do a lot of things. This thing just rocks. This thing just hauls tail. It's incredible. Look at the country setting now here. How about that? All the crops have been cropped, I guess you say. This area right here, this is a great drag area here. If you ever want to get your 0 to 60 time down, right here it is. A nice flat area, wide open. You can see, with no deer coming out of nowhere. So it's just a great straight where you're not going to get yourself in trouble. So you go into the telephone pole. Oh, it's all about time. It's all whatever it is. All right. The fun time begins. See that? I reversed that hitch years ago for another vehicle I had. So let's now get this truck here. Over there, the sun's killing us. We'll get her. All right, now it's all about backing up and doing our thing. Look at the truck. There's debris and this and that and everything. Look at the driveway. Where's everybody, right? All right, so now, see if we can tuck her up in here between all the cars. It's never ending fight for a spot, right? That's all I do. We're gonna get this truck kind of level. There we go. Not bad. Okay, cool. See there? Pretty cool, right? Gotta love that. As we get the truck hooked up so I can. Let's see there. Wow. See how low this thing already is? That's hard to believe. So that means that's kind of concerning because that means this thing's already that low. Look at that. See that? Wow. So I don't even know. Yeah, that's already going to be a challenge. See, that's what I'm saying. Yikes. All right, let's look at there. I kind of lucked out. I got the ball right on top of the, I didn't actually set down. I was able to pull this out, but look, I already have 3 motorcycles in this trailer. But look, she's already squatting. Yikes. All right, I am now setting up the brake controller. Pretty simple how to do this stuff. You get an app downloaded, and then this thing apparently is already talking to the brakes. And you have different settings here. So, and it says that once you set your strength level, okay, your sensitivity and max input, even if this Bluetooth turns off, it stays in that assembly. It's pretty cool. Look here, right here. See, this just plugs right in to that unit. Okay. So look at that. So it knows. Isn't that pretty neat? Plug it back in. You can do with one hand or not. Let's see here how coordinated I am, right? Yeah. Okay, so there it is. All right, look at that. Isn't that pretty cool? Really neat. They give you a strap to wrap around this right here, because this doesn't really clip. So tell me to put a strap on here and make it so it secures it better. All right, pretty cool. So the strap definitely is really solid. So that's really nice. And then here's your plug, which it just clips into this here, and this here stops it from falling out. So that's pretty cool. Wowsker, this really does work, man. This is awesome. See that? Look. So as I go to hit the brakes, see that? And I can feel it big time. This is an awesome setup. Sometimes it's a little goofy getting it to pair, but this is just really cool. I just can't get over technology. So this is really, this just saves so much time from me having to hardwire everything. I definitely need to raise the hitch up. Not happy with the hitch. This is gonna be fun. It may smooth this thing out. Look at that. See the brakes? So I definitely feel it. Cool, man. Just really nice. Can't emphasize enough. Just things happen for a reason. This just goes to show you, for me, with Ford not being able to get the product to me, it just opened my eyes up to me being able to have a whole different option to be able to program this trailer without all the aggravation of all the hardwiring. I mean, wow. I mean, huge difference. Man, this is crazy. I used to live out in the country years ago. It's over. I don't live in the country no more. It's a freaking highway. Just incredible. All right. I'll show you a picture of this, all that stuff here in a second. And what's really cool as well is you can still use your Waze. You can still use all your features on your phone. So it's not like it takes away your capability to Bluetooth your radio and your Waze and everything else. So this is just a really cool setup for this Kurt. I'll give you the part number. Yeah, I can feel those brakes big time right now. This trailer's like empty. Yeah. All right, let me focus on getting this thing back over. But I got to change up the hitch because this hitch ain't going to work. This thing's going to be dragging. All right, here it is. It's the Kurt. It's called the Echo Mobile Brake Controller. And item number 51180. Amazon has them. Your local auto parts store may have them. And I got a deal at Advanced Auto Parts. I got like 15% off or something. I got mine for $231. It retails $269. Let me show you that. All right, so nothing's in the trailer right now, but once I load up everything up, it's a damn shame this tongue. Just this thing needs to be about another 2-3 inches, and that would probably make it work. So I gotta go to my shop and see what I got. All right, this is awesome. I'm really excited because now, look, I can do the same thing here. I can plug this. These are a 7-pin active connector, and the bottom line is, if you got a trailer hitch, then you've got an active wire here to make this live. And so this is just so great, so universal. So now I don't need to put on brake control on my Bronco. I mean, I can, but just the time. So help you figure out how to handle your brake controller dilemma and make maybe your life a little easier. So another Ice Age TV how-to video, which there's tons of these probably out there, but I just thought being a Ice Age TV guy that has all my cars and all my towing are always challenging. I think this is pretty cool. I mean, it's just so versatile now. Even this 4Runner over here, it's got a tow on it. If it doesn't have a 7-pin though. So in that scenario there, like this 4Runner here, I would have to get a 7-pin. It'd be too much work. It's not worth it. But then I don't see this vehicle, you know, being really, it would, it'd tow. Just like this, but this one already has a brake controller in it. So, everybody, thanks for watch for my tow video with the, tomorrow I'll be towing with this, and I'll give you my feedback on a 2-door F-150 truck lowered on how it tows. So stay tuned for more adventures. Thanks for watching.